Again, my name is Kathy, and I'm here with Roxanne. And today we're talking about one of the biggest questions move up buyers do. And they ask whether they should sell first or buy first. And there is no one size fits all. So, Roxanne, what is the risk of shopping before the current home is ready to list?
So the risk, I'm actually dealing with that risk right now. We went and started looking at some homes, and our buyers fell in love head over heels with this one house. So
Mhm.
then we came back and we are talking about let's scramble, let's go ahead and hurry up and put the property up for sale. Let's prepare the property, let's take pictures, and let's go on the market. And while we're hurrying up to do that, another offer came in on their dream home, and just like that, boom, the property goes on the contract because we are not ready. So that's
So,
the risk.
so when does a contingent offer make sense?
So contingent offers are complicated. Buying and selling a house are two complicated steps just by themselves. When you're doing a contingent sale, you're adding another layer of complication to everything. So you're basically telling the seller, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, we want you to accept our offer, and we still have a house to sell in order to be able to buy your house. So then what if they say, okay, yes, we will accept your offer, and then you go ahead and put your house on the market and it doesn't sell for 30, 60, 90 days. Now they've tied up their property with your offer, and you don't have the ability to purchase theirs because your house is not selling. And that is a complication that adds everything together. And for that reason, most sellers don't want to accept a contingent offer. Now, when the market is hot and you can sell your place quickly, you may be able to do that. But by the same token, if you go and put offers on your dream home seller might say, well, have all these other buyers that want to buy my property. Why should I sell to you and get myself tied in when you have another house to sell?
So, how do listing agents view contingent offers and explain it to their sellers?
So contingent offers are not very attractive to the sellers. To listing agents, they're even less attractive. Because to a listing agent, a contingent offer
Mhm.
means that you could tie up your property, you could lose the ability to sell that property to other action-ready buyers, and you may end up with a seller that's not going to be happy with your services because you got them tied in working with a buyer that still has to sell a house, and they may not be ready. Now that same going is if you decide to be a contingent buyer, then the way that you can make your offer more attractive is offer more money for that house, especially in a slow market. If you're offering more money for the house, chances are the seller might say, well, this action ready buyer is paying me $50,000 less, whereas the contingent buyer is giving me an extra $50,000. For that extra money, I'm willing to take the risk.
Yeah. And so on the mortgage side, one of the things to consider at this point is if you really want the houses, do you want to do that bridge loan? And if you want to do the bridge loan, this is where we try to do some of the planning. But if your back is up against the wall and we can assist you with getting the bridge loan, then you can then purchase that home. Your house could still be on the market, but now you have a usually 120 days to sell that property, and then pay whatever fees you have to do, but then you get your dream home. So that's the best of both worlds. But again, you have to look at the return on investment. And again, we know how difficult it is because when you sell your home, it's not just the house, right? It's the memories, it's a whole bunch of other things. So when you really go out there and you find a dream home, really be prepared with Roxanne and their team to make sure that you are prepared, because the last question is going to be, what should a seller have ready before they start looking for that next home?
So if you're a seller and you have a contingency, you cannot buy before you sell your property. At the very least, have everything be ready to go. In other words, you have done all your repairs, you have done all the prep work, you have cleaned up your house, you have taken pictures, you have done your video, your description for the property is ready to go. Everything is in the MLS. And all you have to do, all your agent has to do is basically flip a coin and boom, you go live on the market. In that case of a scenario, okay, now you're getting one step closer to actually going out there and shopping for your next home.
Got it. Now, some people will say, right, because at the end it's all about the money, right? Because if you leave one home, more than likely you go into another. Roxanne had mentioned before, so you can have a plan to state, hey, can I stay with a family and then put my house on the market, right? And it could be a contingent offer or not, but then you are not in the property. So it makes it easier for Roxanne and their team to then sell the property. So that's another thing to consider when you're dealing with that. And then obviously, sometimes selling first is just cleaner. I sell the house, I have my money, I can go. There's some terms that Roxanne and their team may use to say, hey, I'm not doing contingent offer, but I'm going to buy the home, I'm going to sell my home, but I need so much time in my house, right? 30, 60 days. And then that's some of the things. And again, you need to make sure you have a good team like Roxanne. Okay. So before you make a move, make sure that the real estate plan and the mortgage numbers work together. Roxanne can help you with the selling and the buying strategy, and I can help you with the review mortgage math before you fall in love with that house and before you make the offer. Thanks, Roxanne.
Thank you.